Hello, this is Capriccio Online Dress and Tunic Sewing Pattern for Girls and Toddlers by Briosa Patterns. This pattern is made for knit fabrics like jersey and French terry, 4 direction and at least 30% stretch. Sizes are 12 months, 11 years. The design is a simple all-line dress with 3 sleeve options: basic long and short sleeve, MONGOLFIERA ruffled sleeve, and PALLONCINO short puff sleeve. The basic long and short sleeve option is perfect both as a dress and as a nightgown. Open the Capriccio dress file in Adobe Acrobat. In this file you will find all the information that you need for this project. Scroll down to the pattern pieces and select the size or sizes that you need. In this file you will find the dress pattern pieces and of the basic sleeve. Set your printer to 100% or actual size. Print only the first page and check the square if you printed correctly. Proceed with assembling the pages, following the big numbers and the small numbers in the circles. Place the pattern pieces on the fabric, mark the notches, center front and the center back. Proceed with stitching the dress. Right side stitching, stitch the shoulders. Pin and stitch the neckband, right side stitching. And press it in half with your steam iron. Now mark the center front and the center back of the dress and mark the center of the neckband. Also mark the quarters of the neckband. Join the center back and the center front and find the quarters of the neckline. Place the neckband on the dress, right side touching. Place the stitching of the neckband on the center back, match the centers and the quarters. Keep the neckband on top. Pull it slightly what is needed and stitch all around. Press the neckline flat with your steam iron. Now we're going to stitch the side seams of the dress, right side stitching. Now finish the bottom of the dress. Fold the stitching twice and stitch the rolled hem. Now stitch near the edge and keep your eyes on the needle. You can also press the hem at 2 cm, 3/4 of an inch and stitch near the edge. Open the PALLONCINO sleeve file in Adobe Acrobat and proceed with printing and taping as you did with the dress pattern. Piece number 1 is the ruffled part of the sleeve. Piece number 2 is the lining and piece number 3 is the upper part of the sleeve. Now place the pattern pieces on the fabric. We need 2 pieces on fold of each pattern piece. Here is the lining. Choose a different fabric for lining than the main fabric, because this will make it easier to distinguish the pieces. And here are the cut fabric pieces. This is the ruffled part. This is the lining. And this is the upper part. This part will be ruffled on both sides and the gathering will be held by the lining. For this project, we need to close the side seams of the sleeve. Stitch every piece at 1 cm, 3/8 of an inch, right sides touching. Mark the centers, both at the upper and the bottom part. Now we are going to proceed with gathering the upper and the bottom part of the gathered part. You need to find a way to distinguish the bottom and the upper part, because once they are gathered, they look the same. Just make some kind of marking. Now we're going to pin and stitch the bottom part of the lining and of the gathered part, right sides touching. Match the stitchings and the centers. Keep the gathered part on top and stitch right inside the gathering stitch. Now turn the sleeve on the right side and baste 2 layers of the sleeve on the upper part. Again, keep the gathered part on top and stitch inside the gathering stitch. The lining being shorter and smaller gives the sleeve this bubble effect. You can see now the importance of the lining being in another color. It's easier to understand how our sleeve is constructed. Now we are going to use the stitching as guidance. We are going to pin the upper part of the sleeve on the top ruffled part, right sides touching. But we are going to stitch on the stitching we have on the lining. In this way, we are sure that it's going to look nice on the right side, meaning that the gathering stitch won't be seen on the main side. Here it is, sleeve is ready to be stitched on the dress. Here you have the dress with the side seams closed. Pin and stitch the sleeves on the dress, side seams matching, shoulder notch on the sleeve and the shoulder stitching. And here it is the result. Your dress is finished.